To ask a question, what is the important skill any industry would expect from professionals like you? And definitely, if I do a small brainstorming now, all of you will throw away, very, very important points, and that is going to be really helpful. But just to save time, I'm going to consolidate everything, and put it in a single word. It is your ability to improve. Organizations are hiring professionals like you only to make sure you will help them improve their business result, right? And so please equip yourself in such a way that you are always have the ability to improve anything in any organization. That is why Six Sigma experts could work in any type of organization. As Dr. RK was also explaining, you really don't have to be an expert in everything, but then also you can participate, you can even lead projects and then make it a successful one by producing the results no expected out of it. Okay, so this is the ability to improve. Having said that, I am put forth in another question. What will you improve? Will you improve the results or the processes? I hope by now all of you have understood the importance of being process centric. Because if you look at this world, everything in this world happens as a process. Even your organization, your company, your industry is nothing but collection of n number of processes. Only those processes produce results for your company, right? And so I'll put this question in another way. And see here, this is your business. Your business is like an orange tree. And see here the results. It's fantastic. You are getting a lot of orange fruits. And like any other management, your top management is now asking you to produce apples. Of course, they are very clever. Apples can be sold at a better price. This question is as simple as asking you this question. Can you produce apples out of orange tree? It's impossible. You really have to you really have to work at the root level. If you know, you cannot change the fruits without changing the roots. Same way, if you really wanted to impact the business results, you should be able to improve the business processes. Six Sigma is a business process improvement methodology. In Six Sigma, we call a process, or we express a process mathematically as y is equal to f of x, where y is the result you want to improve, where y is the problem you want to solve, right? And y is called a dependent factor, because your business result, the gap in performance is due to several other factors. These several other factors are called the x factors, mathematically x1, x2, x3, and so on. These x1, x2, x3, and so on are the independent factors. What do I mean by independent factors? I can fix it. I can fix it wherever I want. But can you fix Y? If you say I will also fix Y, then you are not an ordinary guy. You are a magician. You are someone equal to God, because only God only can make anything happen, anything possible. But we all, as the professionals, we have control only over the X, not over the Y, because for the simple mathematical reason, Y is a dependent variable which depends on several other X factors. The whole job of improving business result is to identify the critical factors. What are the critical factors? When I say critical factor, it is not all the X factor, few of the X factor. What do I mean by critical factor? Some of the factors may contribute majorly to the no to the result, to the Y. Those factors are critical factor. You should be really good in identifying those critical factor and then fine tune those critical factors. Automatically your Y will be tuned. It is like tuning your radio, FM radio channel. You tune it and set the frequency at appropriate value, 98.4, 105.3. You get the channels playing beautiful songs for you. Same way, you can produce beautiful results for your company if you know where to set the critical X. right? And this is what is Six Sigma methodology. And we will teach you in a very simple way, very easy to understand way. Absolutely no prior qualification is needed. Even if you are not an yellow belt, not a white belt, no, absolutely it is fine with us, because we are going to teach you, train you everything from the fundamentals. You can learn comfortably, and over 4 days, for sure, you will become an expert in Six Sigma. Fine. And now I said you will have to improve the process. Now I am asking you a question. You have understood improving process is important to impact the result. Now, how will you improve the results? Now, always see, there are several methods available in this country. There are several companies who believe in several philosophies. Six Sigma is also a philosophy. And where can I position Six Sigma with respect to all the other? For that, I am going to teach you only two things. One is the worst way of improving a process. Another thing is the best way of improving the process. If you understand what is worst and best, you can easily place all the other models, whatever you know, be it any approach, be it a waterfall approach, or be it your people call it lean sometimes, and people call it Kaizen sometimes, and some people call it agile, or be it whatever methodology, right? And all that can be placed in between. And Six Sigma is also a philosophy. Six Sigma is also a methodology. The worst method, let me tell you first, it is the trial and error method. And tell me honestly, if a medical doctor treats you by a trial and error method, because he knows, like you, there are several patients visited the hospital last week, last month, and last year, and he simply believes you are also having a similar problem, you are also having a similar root cause, and so similar medicines will work. How many of you will go to the doctor again and again and take the treatment, because he quickly helps you to recover just by referring medicines based out of his past experience? If he is doing that way, is he really doing a favor for you? No, he is experimenting. He is experimenting all his lessons with your human body, and you really don't like. And that means when you are working on an unsystematic way, if you don't go methodically, you are just working on you are okay whether you get the result or you don't get the result. It is really okay for you. If the first method doesn't work, he will apply the second method. If second method doesn't work, he will apply the third method. Is it systematic approach? Are you not wasting the resources? Every time your kind of solution you give fails to produce the results you expect. That means you are wasting the organization resources, and no organization will like you working that way. And that's not the purpose they have hired you. And this is called a trial and error method, and I will call it a common man's approach. A doctor don't even have to be a doctor to refer the same medicine to every patient, isn't it? So it's a common man's approach, and here your success rate will be very, very low. Not only that, your confidence level will also be low. You yourself are not sure whether what you do will produce result or not. When you are working in that way, that fashion is called trial and error method. Absolutely no formal training, no formal education. Nothing is needed for a person to practice this method. Coming on to the other extreme, this is called systematically solving problems so that the results improve, right? And when you solve problem systematically, what do you mean by systematically solving problem? You identify the root cause of the problem. You identify the root cause of the problem. Don't work on the symptoms. Go to the root of the problem and then fix the problem at the root level. If you do that, do you think the same problem will come again? Since the problem is worked at the root level, the same problem cannot come again. That means you really solved the problem. And many people say, sir, last month also same problem happened. This is how I solved it. So I will solve it this month also. If the problem keeps on coming every month, are you really solving the problem? You're not solving. You're only working on the symptoms. An organization is not for that. And you are also not for that. You really have to, some point of time, you have to realize You need to be systematic, and so that you can solve the problem permanently. And this is called leaders approach. Here, success rate will be higher, and your confidence level while offering any solution can also be higher. To understand all these terms, you need to learn little bit of statistics. When I say confidence level, what does it mean? Always, in statistics, we say 95% confidence level is needed. And many training programs, it goes for 4 days, 10 days, and then without understanding what is confidence level. Is that a training? It is something like, allowing the problem to pop up again and again and again. Even after the training, the people undergo who they don't gain the clarity on what is sigma, what is Six Sigma, and what is confidence level, what is statistics, and why do we rely on numbers. And that will not be your experience when you prefer to know. Start your Six Sigma journey with us. You will be taught everything right from the fundamentals, and you will be equipped adequately, right? So Six Sigma prescribes a methodology called DMAC: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. What does it exactly mean? Define the problem, measure the problem, so that the problem gets validated. Whether the problem is really a problem, is it smaller than what you know, what you think, or is it bigger than what you think? And for that matter, you need to measure. Then analyze the process to identify the root cause. Analyze the process to identify the root cause. Not only identify the root cause, you should be able to validate the root cause. You know what is validation? You have to prove, yes, this is the root cause. Why should you why should you prove something when you know this is the root cause? That's how organization works. Let's imagine a crime happened. You have found the accused. You are producing him in the court. Do you think the judge will immediately write the punishment? No. He will ask for the evidence. Same way, if you really wanted to make changes in your business process, your boss will also ask for the evidence. So you should not only identify the root cause, you should also be able to validate the root cause. How will you validate the root cause statistically? And that is what you will be learning in the analyze phase. And once the problem is defined properly, measured correctly, analyzed for the root cause, as well as an evidence is created, now anyone, people like you and me, can think about the solution beautifully. And no one else in the world will be fit to think about the solution the moment we undergo these three steps properly, correctly. And we can do a brainstorming and then come out with a beautiful solution, and that solution will definitely produce the results. And then control the process. Why should I control the process? I continue getting the results for a longer period of time. This is what doctors also follow. That is why I say DMAC is doctor's methodology. That is going to be an important topic tomorrow, along with few statistical tools. The statistics for Six Sigma. Why do we often calculate average? And yesterday I was talking with Dr. RK. Sir, often we use the word mean in statistics. Mean means average. Average means what? And often we also ask, what do you mean? And there also the statistics comes, right? So the meaning of the mean in our normal day-to-day life, the meaning of the term mean in the statistical world, and so in the business world. And so little bit of statistics which are needed to be understood for understanding Six Sigma will also be taught to all of you, in addition to justifying how Six Sigma methodology, the DMAC methodology, is doctor's methodology. Afterwards, you will be allowed to take up an exam, and then you will be certified. And just to summarize, see here, this DMAC is nothing but exactly the way doctor is treating. When the patient is approaching the doctor, he collects enough information to make his problem statement specific. The moment the problem statement becomes specific, he gives him a prescription to do some testing. And what is that the doctor is doing? He is measuring the problem. Already the patient has conveyed all the problem, but then also doctor doesn't believe. He performs some testing, maybe some blood sample testing or urine sample testing and some scanning, and through that he is validating the problem. After validating the problem, he is again doing some kind of interaction with the same a patient, and then some brainstorming, and the experts will be consulted, and all that will happen to identify the root cause, because the doctor is very keen in helping the patient. You should work in the same way. And once the problem is analyzed, he thinks of improving. Improving is giving a treatment. For certain people, doctor gives paracetamol 250 milligram. For the same problem, for another patient, he gives paracetamol 500 milligram. So the medicine is nothing but the factor. Paracetamol is the factor needed for you, and that factor is set at 250 milligram. A factor at a particular level, we call it a treatment in statistics. Same factor, say given 500 milligram, that's another way of treatment, isn't it? See, whether a medicine will do, or an injection will do, or a surgery is needed, you will be able to decide better if you go through these three steps. Define the problem, measure the problem, analyze the problem for the root cause, and then improve, offer the solution. Afterwards, doctor gives lot of suggestion to you. Take 6 liters of water, sleep well, do a walking, don't eat food from outside, and all that suggestion he is giving, because he want you to live healthier and longer. Same way, whatever results you produced, the company should be able to enjoy, or continue getting the benefits for a longer period of time. So you have to give all these kind of control measures. Control the process, control the X. Look at the word. Now I am asking you to control the X. We started with Y and we are ending with X. This is Six Sigma. This is experience. This is maturity. If you control all your X, your Y will be automatically controlled. If you control all the critical factor, your problem will get solved. Your results will improve. The gap in performance will eventually reduce, right? So all this we will be discussing tomorrow, same time, same login, same method. I'm hoping to see all of you in tomorrow's session, right? So that's it from me. And time is also 9 o'clock. I would like to